While you probably recall the magical World Series run the 2019 Nationals went on, it's crazy how close that this championship was to never even happening in the first place. It all began with an improbable comeback in the NL wildcard game that propelled them through the divisional and championship rounds. But for another MLB franchise, this moment is etched in darkness and despair.
Well, that's depressing.
Enter the Milwaukee Brewers, a team on their own incredible September run, building on the anticipation for a postseason to remember. However, October had a different fate in store, all because of one pivotal play. Inspired by a Talkin' Baseball tweet about moments and moves that haunt fans, today we shine a light on the darkest chapter in Brewers history. Before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to mention that I'm actually in San Diego this weekend, competing in my first marathon.
Choo-choo.
So, given how these three careers have unfolded and their presence here in San Diego, it just feels like the perfect time to release this video, as I'll actually have the opportunity to watch the players involved in this infamous play all play together in the same playing field. So welcome back to another Brew City Baseball production. If you're new here, take a second to hit that subscribe button for a new video every week. If you've been here before and you're already subscribed, you're the best. I appreciate you. And let's get right into it. It's the bottom of the 8th inning, and both teams are fighting for their playoff dreams. As fate would have it, there could be no better matchup than Josh Hader versus Juan Soto. The Brewers find themselves with the lead, but the Nationals have a solid threat going. It's one of the league's best relievers going up against one of the league's best young hitters, and there couldn't be more at stake. But how do we get to this point? The Crew's late run. Starting with the away team, the 2019 season has been a roller coaster ride for the Milwaukee Brewers. Throughout the course of the season, they were plagued by an unstable pitching staff, frequent blowups in the bullpen, and inconsistent hitters. The Crew never really got clicking on all cylinders, that is, until September. A 69-66 record is where the team sat entering the last day of August, trailing St. Louis by 6.5 games for the NL Central lead. To make matters worse, MVP candidate Christian Yelich would be lost for the season just over a week into September. The magician, Craig Counsell, pressed all the right buttons down the stretch, leading to a squad that pitched well, performed offensively, and shut down games in the bullpen. With Yelich out of the picture, others needed to step up, and this is exactly what sluggers like Moustakas, Braun, Kira, and Grandal did. Everything seemingly started going the Brewers' way. Improbable moments such as Corey Spangenberger's game-winning infield single on September 7th and Tyler Austin's 3-run shot on September 8th propelled them to wins against the Cubs. Making great usage of the September call-ups, Counsell maneuvered his way through games using the bullpen to shut opponents down. Hader was dominant down the stretch, and Drew Pomeranz re-emerged as a force to be reckoned with. Even the Raptor, Brent Suter, who missed an extended period of time with Tommy John surgery, was lights out, giving up a home run to Yordan Alvarez in his first appearance back, and then nothing else for the remainder of the season. The Crew entered Colorado for the final series of the season with a sliver of hope to still win the NL Central. However, the Brewers dropped their final 3 games, losing the last 2 late, one as a blown save by Josh Hader. Despite a red-hot run, they'd be forced to settle for second place in the division and take on the Washington Nationals on the road in a winner-take-all wildcard matchup. The Nationals' second-half surge. Things could not have looked more hopeless for the Washington Nationals on May 24th. The team was off to an abysmal start, owning a 19-31 record and trailed first place in the NL East by 10 games. As of late, the team was cold, being swept by the New York Mets in 4 games and going 3-7 in their last 10. But maybe there was some hope. They went 5-2 in their next 7 games, then kicked off June going 7-3. Things might be starting to turn around for the club, which June turned out to be a pivotal marker for them, catching fire to the tune of an 18-8 record and posting a positive 43 run differential for the month. The team was still under 500, however. Just past the halfway point in the season, the slow start was erased, and the team had improved to 5 games over 500 at 47-42. If June was any indication of what the second half had in store, Nationals fans are certainly in for a treat. They finished the second half of the year going an incredible 46-27 with a positive 120 run differential. The Nationals would ride this hot streak all the way into the postseason, ultimately securing home field advantage for the wildcard game over the Brewers. The question was whether they could continue this hot streak for one more game. The wildcard game. Back to today. The 2019 playoffs are just getting started, and the NL wildcard matchup looks to be a good one. With the season on the line, both teams send out their aces in an attempt to advance to the divisional round and ensure themselves a 5-game series. The youngster, shortly removed from the IL, Brandon Woodruff, matches up against the elite veteran, Max Scherzer. It's rookie Trent Grisham set to lead off for the Crew. Exercising great patience, Grisham draws a walk, bringing all-star Yasmani Grandal to the plate. On the first pitch he would see, the Yasmanian Devil would quickly put the Crew on top, hitting a shot to right field, giving the Brewers a 2-0 lead. Nationals fans are shocked at this quick turn of events. Things wouldn't get any better in the bottom half of the frame either, as Woodruff would force a groundout, strikeout, and pop-out from the first 3 Nats hitters. In the top of the second, left-handed slugger Eric Thames steps to the plate for the Crew and delivers with a solo shot, putting them up 3-0. Milwaukee has quickly captured all the momentum in this game and sucked the energy out of Nationals Park. The Nationals would once again go down in order in the bottom of the frame. And in the bottom of the third, it's finally time for the Nationals to show some signs of life. Brandon Woodruff leaves the ball right down the heart of the plate, and Trey Turner doesn't miss, launching a ball into the Brewers bullpen, effectively putting the Nationals on the board. The middle innings. Despite another hard-hit double by Thames in the fourth, the Crew was unable to answer the Nationals' tally, and the game stays at 3-1. In the fifth, both the Brewers and the Nationals put up threats, resulting in runners in scoring position with 2 outs, but neither club is able to cash in. Here's where the Nats show their strength though, bringing in their second ace of the game, Stephen Strasburg. He would go the next 3 innings and not surrender a run, facing only 1 over the minimum after a leadoff single by Ryan Braun. The strong Brewers bullpen doesn't blink either, however. Relievers Brent Suter and Drew Pomeranz post a combined 3 innings of scoreless ball, leading to a 3-1 Brewers lead entering the 8th inning. As Strasburg gets Braun to ground out with a runner on second, things head to the bottom of the frame for who else but Josh Hader. Josh Hader. Haderade. How did Milwaukee get their hands on one of the most dominant left-handed relievers in baseball? After being drafted in the 19th round in 2012 by Baltimore, Hader was shipped to Houston in a 2013 trade deadline deal. Fast forward to 2015 and Hader would be sent packing again, this time as part of a larger trade where the rebuilding Brewers sent Carlos Gomez and Mike Fiers to the Houston Astros for Adrian Hauser, Domingo Santana, Brett Phillips, and Josh Hader. It wouldn't be until 2017 before Hader would be promoted to the big leagues, but on June 10th of that year, he'd make his major league debut. 2018 is where Hader really began to assert his dominance, beginning the year in the Brewers bullpen and making the All-Star team. Over the course of the season, Hader went 6-1 with 12 saves and 143 strikeouts, owning a 2.43 ERA and 81 2/3 innings. Hader dominated left-handed hitters especially, leading the league as he held lefties to a .08 batting average on his way to become the league's first ever non-full-time closer to win NL Reliever of the Year award. Now here we are in 2019. Hader has taken over as the Brewers' full-time closer following injuries to relievers Jeremy Jeffress and Corey Knebel. Hader was absolutely dominant this season, throwing an immaculate inning versus the Cardinals on March 30th, winning NL Reliever of the Month award in both May and June, and posting a 2.62 ERA with 138 strikeouts over 72 2/3 innings to take home his second consecutive NL Reliever of the Year award. Overall, Hader has recorded 37 saves for the Crew, only blowing a mere 7 over the course of the season. Bottom of the 8th. First up, Victor Robles. Hader promptly does his thing here, striking out Robles on 6 pitches after falling behind 2-0. With Strasburg due up, Nationals send up pinch hitter Michael A. Taylor. Hader once again falls behind 2-0 but battles back, bringing the count to full. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Hit by pitch? Foul ball? You decide. After going to a lengthy replay review, the call on the field of a hit by pitch stands. This couldn't have been any closer, but Taylor takes his place at first base with 1 down. Having already homered today, Nats slugger Trey Turner steps to the plate, and on 5 pitches, Hader sits him down for the second out of the inning. Time is running out for the Nationals, so in place of Adam Eaton, Nationals manager Dave Martinez sends out veteran Ryan Zimmerman to the plate. After whipping the first pitch and taking the next two for balls, Zimmerman centers on the fourth pitch, and by centers on it, I mean he dumps a jam shot into center field. With 2 outs, the Nationals now have something cooking, with runners on the corner for MVP candidate Anthony Rendon. Hader quickly falls behind Rendon 3-0, but battles back, making the count full once again. Facing a 2-strike count, can Rendon come through here for the team? He watches a fastball go right over the top of the zone for ball 4, and the Nationals have him loaded. The tying run is now in scoring position, with the go-ahead run at first. This is by far the Nationals' best opportunity to get back in this game, and who else steps to the plate other than Juan Soto? The season is on the line for both clubs, but this young star is tasked with the job of facing one of the best closers in the game and an incredibly effective lefty at that. The pressure is on here, but Soto is clearly ready for the moment. Juan Soto. Juan Soto, the childish Bambino, is one of the game's youngest shining stars. How exactly did his talents end up in the nation's capital? Well, Soto signed with the Nationals as an international free agent in 2015. Making his professional debut in 2016, he started his career on fire in the Gulf Coast League. In the Gulf Coast League, Soto batted .368 with 5 home runs and 32 RBIs, earning himself Gulf Coast League MVP before an ankle injury sidelined him in 2017. He was off to another hot start after the promotion to the Class A South Atlantic League, as he was batting .360 with 3 home runs in 23 games. By July of 2017, Soto was capturing national attention as he was ranked as the Nationals' number 2 prospect and number 42 overall by MLB Pipeline. Injuries continued to plague his 2017 season, where he finished the year with a few rehab stints. In 2018, Soto entered the year as one of the top minor league prospects in baseball. He began the season batting .373 with the Hagerstown Suns with 5 home runs and 24 RBIs in 16 games before earning a promotion to the Potomac Nationals. Soto continued his offensive slugfest, earning promotion after promotion until May 20th, when an injury to Howie Kendrick opened up a big league roster spot for Soto. While Juan dominated in the minors, it was time to see what the young star could do at the major league level. Soto's rookie campaign was nothing short of majestic. As he entered the league, he became the youngest active player at only 19 years and 207 days, but that wasn't going to slow him down. His first MLB at-bat, you might ask? Well, that was a strikeout against Eric Goodell as a pinch hitter. But soon, nobody would remember that at-bat. The very next day, Soto got the start in left field against the Padres and promptly blasted the first pitch he saw that day to the opposite field for a 422-foot, 3-run home run as his first career hit. This made Soto the Nationals' youngest player to hit a home run, which is pretty incredible considering Bryce Harper entered the league at only 19 years old just a few years earlier. Soto's rookie campaign was truly remarkable, as he finished the year slashing .292, .406, .517 with 22 home runs and 70 RBIs as the National League's youngest player. Soto was named the NL Rookie of the Month on 3 separate occasions, in June, July, and September. Unfortunately, he would not walk away with the Rookie of the Year hardware, finishing second behind Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr., making Soto the first rookie to win Rookie of the Month 3 times in a year to not win the End of the Year award. 2019 was no different for Soto. The kid continued to mash at the plate, slashing .282, .401, .548, and totaled 34 home runs on the year. He became only the league's 7th player to tally 30 home runs before their 21st birthday, and only the 4th player to record 100 extra base hits before the same marker. Soto was on top of the world. He came into the league red hot and continued his excellence throughout the 2018 and 2019 season. But how would this young star react to his first ever MLB playoff game? Josh Hader versus Juan Soto. Soto digs in and the at-bat begins. The first pitch, a 97-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone. Soto is right on it and fouls it back. Hader misses badly on the next pitch, evening things up at 1-1. Soto digs back in, and Hader puts this offering in the same spot as the first, but this time Soto doesn't miss and lines a shot into right field for a base hit. It's hard hit though, so only 2 runs should score. But wait a minute, who's the right fielder? Trent Grisham. Finally, there's Trent Grisham. Normally, this is where all-star Christian Yelich would be slotted in, but obviously he's not available, and Grisham has been the next man up. Grisham was actually a top prospect of the 2015 MLB draft, selected by the Milwaukee Brewers with the 15th overall pick. He showed some promise in his first year with the Brewers' Arizona League team, as well as with the Helena Brewers, posting a .309 average in 55 total games. However, his offensive numbers took a dip in the following years, failing to reach a batting average above .240 in 2016, 17, and 18. 2019 was a different story though. Grisham had an offensive surge, cementing himself at the top of the order for the San Antonio Missions. He batted .381 with 13 home runs and 30 RBIs in only 34 games before having his contract picked up by the Brewers on August 1st of 2019. Only 2 days prior to being called up, Grisham had a performance for the ages, hitting for the cycle, going 5 for 5 with not 1, but 2 home runs, totaling 14 total bases. His time with the Missions was so incredibly productive, he was pegged as the Brewers' minor league player of the year. After being promoted to the major league team, Grisham played in 51 games for the Crew, contributing to the team in a big way down the stretch. Despite being a depth piece when first called up, Grisham saw himself playing almost every day when Yelich saw his season cut short. Grisham came up with some big hits for the team, with a huge 3-run go-ahead homer against the Twins and a couple of bases-clearing triples. In his time with the Brewers, Grisham hit .231 with a .328 on-base percentage, .738 OPS, 6 home runs, and 24 RBIs. While his OPS plus was below league average at 90, Grisham was showing promise for a young player. His speed was top-notch, ranking in the 92nd percentile, which he loved to show off on extra base hits and running down fly balls in the outfield. Grish played stellar defense for the team while committing 0 errors in 42 games, bouncing around all 3 outfield positions. While Grisham posted a negative total zone rating, he still logged 4 defensive runs saved above average. Grisham was by no means setting the world on fire as a major leaguer, but he was showing promise for a rookie having been just called up. Considering the huge loss the team experienced to their outfield depth, Grisham stepped up in a big way to help the team ride a hot streak into the playoffs. But then, there's the play. A routine base hit to right field turns into a memory to forget for Trent Grisham as the ball squirts past him. One pitch shifts the win probability from 75% Milwaukee to 87% Washington. With the season on the line, Soto steps in as the savior with a little help from Grish. Despite a single by Lorenzo Cain in the top of the 9th, there'd be no more magic for Milwaukee, as Nationals' Daniel Hudson finishes the game strong, getting Ben Gamble to fly out to end the game. And that's it. The Nationals pull off an unbelievable comeback for the ages. Despite an incredible end-of-the-season run by the Crew, they are sent home packing after only 1 game in the 2019 playoffs. For Washington, this play represents an iconic moment towards what would eventually become a World Series championship. The past few months, the Nationals have had luck on their side, and that luck would continue. For Milwaukee, however, this may be one of the franchise's darkest singular moments. Even when all hope had been lost a few weeks earlier, losing an MVP candidate, the team pulled together to play their best ball of the season. They seemed poised to make an improbable run, similar to what had happened just a year earlier. Even with the best reliever in the game on the mound, one play would change the course of the game, leaving Milwaukee fans wondering what could have been, forever haunted by the notorious 8th-inning error. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, even if it brought back painful memories for you Brewers fans out there. Reflecting on this moment has honestly been pretty cathartic for me, so hopefully reliving this moment can help you unpack some of the trauma as well. If you haven't yet, please take a second to hit that like and subscribe button. It really goes a long way in helping me grow the channel, plus you'll make sure that you get to see my new video every week. Also, before you go, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. Is there a darker moment in Brewers history that I should know about? Has your team experienced a more haunting moment that you'd like me to cover? Let me know down in the comments below. I do read all the comments and I try my best to respond to you all. Plus, I'm always looking for new video ideas, so maybe I'll pick one of yours. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time, baseball fans.